So I'm gonna try something different today, just because I made a post like on my community tab where like I asked people if they would prefer me to talk more positively or go berserk ranting about my life issues and stuff. I have not given it enough time to gain votes because I like to try to talk positively first and then have people kind of decide, hey, you know what, maybe hearing this fucking femboy talk positively about things and just enjoying life is actually more entertaining than hearing him want to freaking. Uh, I mean, look, I have anger issues, all right. You know, there's this VTuber that I clipped, right, Tenma, and she's known for her anger issues, and like people really like her being angry, and everyone kind of just says that she has anger issues, right? But like I always kind of get confused because I think she's kind of mild. Like she does scream a lot. She does smash her keyboard, and I think it's kind of funny. But I mean, like, yeah, she kind of got it's a bit too much. But I mean, it's not like she threatened to like start the Third Reich just because of like a bad coworker. So I mean, that's because I'm not trying to fucking compete. It's just that I feel like I'm probably way worse. And whenever I see someone who's like considered like having an issue, I don't think that they do because I'm significantly worse from my own perspective, and I just get confused, which is absolutely funny as crap. But oh yeah, she's also into muscles, and I wanted to also talk about like some of the exercises that I've been doing recently. I've been trying to do like archer push-ups recently, or I've been doing them for a while now, 100 a day, because regular push-ups are not that difficult anymore. And I also want to build up like individual strength in each arm. And regular push-ups kind of balance both of your arm strength, and well, I prefer to be able to punch my body weight in each arm that I have. Because, well, for violent reasons, honestly. Not gonna fucking like. I mean, like, and, and, I've been doing them pretty goddamn well. And I'm out of protein powder, so I'm kind of depressed now. There's no protein powder for me to really eat anymore, which is absolutely sad. I really could use a little bit more protein, but I'm kind of where I am right now. I mean, I still have like some creatine and some like collagen peptide protein powder, but it's not the same. And yeah, I mean, I'm kind of wondering if I should continue exercising or wait until I get more protein to maximize the gains. But I mean, I'm kind of just been doing like 100 archer push-ups regularly now. And what else? Oh yeah, it feel surprisingly enough, archer push-ups no longer exhaust me. It's just kind of a thing that I do now. It's kind of I gotta just gotta grind them through. No problem, no big deal. But like one of the few exercises that I'm kind of like trying to get around to is core exercises because I want to burn off all what remains of my little fat. My body fat percentage, my BMI is like roughly like 15 to 16%, which is pretty healthy. And the fact that I'm Asian actually makes it hard to burn body fat because our bodies, apparently, according to my doctor, tend to store a lot of fat more easily. So I'm trying to focus on doing more ab exercises and trying to like keep my heart rate up whenever I exercise, so that way my body starts to burn more fat. And not gonna lie, it is genuine. Like the first time I try to do like leg raises, that's the exercise I'm mainly trying to do, trying to hit 100 each and every single day. It was surprisingly very, very. Um, it wasn't painful. It was painful the day after, and I guess that's what I get for not really working on my core that much. But I remember like telling people that like the way how I used to exercise was I used to do like 2 minute planks, and I only really managed to reach 2 minutes because I decided Well, hey, I bet like if I stop trying to hold in my like cries of pain and just kind of like let myself feel it, I should be able to last longer. Just like let it out. And so I figured, why don't I moan? And not gonna lie, a lot of my fucking roommates have asked me like questions on what the hell is going in my room whenever I do core exercises. And now that I'm focusing on leg raises, um, it's it's a bit more. I'm not sure which one's harder, either like a long-lasting plank or like 100 leg raises. But not that I had like much of a chance to test out which one's kind of harder. I'm doing mostly body weight because I'm very very. I don't have like a gym membership and I'm a bit of a cheapskate, so body weight is good enough for me. And well, it. Not gonna lie, it kind of feels good when you moan. It's just like you kind of just like let you kind of just like relax every single one of your muscles, and you're just kind of like going, like just kind of like letting out the pain, and it really does make the workout surprisingly like less painful. Like instead of like groaning or like trying to hold in your pain, you just kind of just let it out, just let it loose, and it feels way more better. um and I've been also doing jumping squats recently. It is surprisingly not that hard, but it is like the hardest one. I try to do like one leg squats and then some other stuff, but like I did do like 100 regular squats. I remember doing like 300 or 400 in one day, just regular plain squats. And it was surprisingly well, for one, I really regretted it the next day because my legs were so bloody firm. And well, surprisingly enough, it wasn't that hard to like hit my 100 anymore. The only thing I really struggled with was with push-ups, and I ended up getting that worked out, so I'm kind of proud of that. And I tried to do like the one-legged squats, like you kind of just like side to side, both legs are on the ground, but you kind of like spread them really far apart, and you kind of lower yourself to one leg, push up, and then lower yourself to the other leg, and then alternate between the two. Surprisingly enough, that didn't feel that painful at all. So jumping squats are like the hardest thing that I can do right now to kind of work out my quads and my glutes. I'm pretty sure I used to do like femboy training exercises because I figured, well, I may as well. I wanted to look cute because I wasn't sure as hell didn't think I'm gonna look handsome or like pretty cool with like a sharp chin. So I figured, screw it, let's invest in the cuteness instead. Whatever I can make myself cute, I'll do. And so I did. And honestly, my ass is probably bigger than most women's, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective. But yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I've been playing. I haven't even been playing any games recently. I've been really busy with like my visual novel recently. I've been like very very deep into thinking about what kind of story I wanted to write. And what I wanted to write was something about love, and it's a bit cliche and it's probably going to disinterest people, but I kind of figured, well, what does it mean to even love these days? Like this world is kind of fucked up, not gonna lie, especially the people, particularly the people. Honestly, most of it is probably the people, because like people are willing to like throw away their friendships over absolutely nothing these days. And like I remember seeing like one of my friend groups, right? They like one person expressed interest in a game, right? In like a game which was considered, I think it was Hogwarts Legacy, right? Hogwarts Legacy. And like and then like they were, and I think they just brought up the game, and like the entire conversation just got completely removed, and like they just completely, both of them left because they couldn't like stand each other. And it's just like, Jesus. Like that's all it took. Like the mention of like Hogwarts Legacy completely removed their friendship. because that's how extreme like some of those like nut jobs are. Which I actually had the unfortunate pleasure of attracting some of the people onto my channel regarding that. Which, not gonna lie, I have no idea like what's wrong with them, but it seems like they really, really enjoy like being angry. Like they literally came to my channel to become angry. It's absolutely hilarious, and that's kind of like something I found common online in general, and kind of the younger generation in general. Like people are very, very scared and very, very irritable. And I kind of wanted to write a story of what does it mean to like find love and be satisfied with life in such a world where you kind of can't, because everybody is very, very anal about like literally freaking everything. And so I'm still trying to figure that out, but some of the things that have happened to me because like I've been overly focused on it. It was like my dreams are completely inhabited by like this visual novel, just working on it. And like I'm just more focused on the happy moments now rather than like the depressed moments because, well, for one, I really don't understand why people ever try and like get angry and like be miserable. But like it's like now I'm kind of divided between like, oh my god, it's so easy to write like the traumatizing, agonizing angst moments and hard to write the nice moments, but now it's completely flipped over. It's just like, how do I write like nice moments for horrible people and like bad moments anymore? Or actually, you know what? No, I'm still struggling to write like positive moments entirely because like I'm basing a lot of this off of my life experience since, write what you know, not what you don't know. It's kind of your expertise, right? And, well, I mean, the next half of the fucking thing is definitely not going to be my experiences. It's more like a thought experiment at best. But, but I lost track of where the fuck I was going to say. That typically happens with me whenever I do these things. Yeah, it's just that. I've been, like, how would I put it? My experiences with people in general has been mostly online. I mean, I do talk with people, because I am in a customer service place and also with other people, but, not gonna lie, I'm surprisingly it's about what I expected, really. Like, when it comes to real life, most people are fairly inhibited and they don't like go on a freaking outburst. Like the internet's just this one place where people just kind of outburst and do all sorts of stuff, which it is the internet. It's just a thing at this point. It doesn't really matter too much, and but like in real life, it's just kind of like people are fairly stupid. Let's just put it like that. They're not like antagonistic, but they are like they get needlessly frustrated because they're stupid and they kind of like can't solve problems and then they get frustrated and then like it's just kind of like I don't know. I feel like, it's just kind of like if I was in their shoes, I wouldn't have made the same mistake, or rather I wouldn't be struggling as much as they are now. And well, they're still kind of just there doing their own thing. And like, how would I put it? It's kind of hard seeing them struggle and like get frustrated over something so little, because like I feel like you just naturally want to like not want them to feel that way, or you don't want to like see them, or I don't know. I'm not sure how to put it. I mean, the only best way to put it is probably, I guess I'm describing like basic human empathy, but I mean, is that really it? I really don't think it is. It's just like, I don't want to see them be frustrated because then it kind of takes time out of my day and they're going to try and like put it on me type deal. Not like, I don't want them to feel bad because seeing them feel bad is going to make me feel bad. It's just gonna be like, oh boy, this is gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Kind of feeling. Not really. It's not. It's not empathy, nor is it sympathy. It's kind of like something else. Just like being angry and annoyed is in and of itself kind of stupid and annoying and frustrating to even have to put up with. Which not sure how to put up with. Not sure how to like describe it in any other way, but that's just kind of what the world is like, right? And so I'm just trying to like write a story where rather than say worry about the all the stupid crap, it's just like why do we worry about this stuff? Why do we like a lot of the questions I kind of had in life that I'm trying to answer through this, and hopefully I'll get it out by then. But like my mind's kind of just like indulging in the nice parts. So I'm just like freaking I am living my life so goddamn like it is. I don't know how to even describe it. It's just like fiction. Like I'm guessing everybody here has at least watched anime. Please do not tell me you're just some fucking tourist who's just like trying to watch things because they're popular. Please get the fuck out of my hobby, and that's the case. But, I used to watch a lot of anime, kind of still do, but I have a lot of things on my watch list I have never gotten around to. Plus, I'm also doing rewatches as well, which is absolutely hilarious. And it's just, I used to enjoy, just, what does it, like, you just kind of live the life through all these characters. Naruto is like, one of the first ones that I kind of got introduced to, that little joyful ball of sunshine, who was traumatized, is a sad kid, had a sad past, but did his best to become good, and, well, actually, not become good, but, like, become better, in a sense, because he has a huge dream, and he isn't, like, sad or anything, he doesn't, like, take it out on others, he does his best to do, like, things, and he does. And I mean, he's a pretty cool. I'd say he's a pretty cool character. I actually surprisingly have never really watched Dragon Ball as a kid. I know I watched it on like 4Kids, but then I tried to do a marathon, but I couldn't really like want to do. And like I tried to watch the original Dragon Ball, but it was like dragging on and on and on. And it's just like, and I was like at the maze part with like the Red Ribbon Army and stuff, and Goku's just like wondering where the maze is, where it's like the maze exit. But like, why doesn't he just like destroy the walls? It's not. He has a strength to. Why doesn't he? But and so it's just kind of like watching an idiot fumble around, and it's just like more frustrating than it is interesting. Though I did like the initial part of just like finding the Dragon Balls and the little adventure that came to it. Surprisingly, I feel like the tournament part was kind of dull. Which is kind of funny because like most fucking DBZ tards are just like in it for the fighting, but like that's like the least interesting part for me. That's like, come on, there's like a whole world of nice adventure, interesting character interactions. Why? I mean, the fighting's nice and all, but it's not as interesting as you'd think. And like, I don't know, seeing Goku like slap the fuck out of Bulma's just to find out if she's like male or female. And then Krillin's just like, when early on as well, it's just like, just for the record, I'm a guy. Imagine if Goku slapped. It's not like, come on, that's gotta be painful. And man, it's beautiful. Living up in the mountains, not being exposed to the other sex, and it's just like, yeah, that's one fucking way to find out if one's a guy or one's a woman. Just those two things, though. It's only those two things. I wouldn't know, There's not exactly anything else to discover, is there? Either way, they're gonna. I mean, like there might be a third thing, and that come from like whatever pus comes out of it when you slap it. But anyway, but and those are like the more common ones that people are going to be interested in. Those are like the tourist level ones. But Date A Live was like one of my. Well, it's definitely an interesting one. Imagine like you went on like stupid funny dates to like seal the dangerous powers of like these spirits, and it's been a while since I've watched it, and like it's gotten more seasons since, but it kind of, I don't know, it kind of just kind of lost interest to me because I don't know, bunny girl is best girl, like first waifu in the fucking world, like come on. A cute, shy, bashful girl doesn't want to have any trouble and does her best to like be good, and it's like she's so cute, she's so adorable. I love her, best girl. And and then they go on like wacky, stupid dates with like people who don't know how to like what the human world's like. I forget if they were like actually humans, but like they turned to spirits, or if they were like experiments or something. But it was something like that, right? But all the dates were so funny and awkward, and like I kind of missed that in the more recent ones. And but imagine just having a stupid silly date, and at the end of the day just kind of fall in love, you accept each other, and then one smooch to seal it all. So it's funny, it's comical, it's a thrill of life. Just love it. And I also did watch like a few. I know that I watched like Detective Conan, and like I understand the jokes of like what everybody is like piano wires. Like every single crime involves piano wires or like fishing wires or like something of the sort. It's every single murder case. Like if you're a pianist or like you go fishing, you are like the biggest suspect for murder for like every single Detective Conan fan. Like the freaking contraptions, and it's so much filler too. Like there's like 1,000 episodes, and I've been like trying to watch every single episode from beginning to end, and I honestly could not. I went through like 200 episodes, I think, and I watched like 2 or 3 movies, and I also watched some of the recent ones as well. And also like the Lupin the Third versus Detective Conan as well. Skipping a few episodes here and there and stuff, and like how create like yeah, I know like strings are like the. I mean, like it doesn't even have to be piano wires, but it's always specifically like fishing wire or piano wire that like gets all the contraptions working, and then I hear it gets even stupider, like crazier and stupider in like the later parts, where like apparently Shinji got like this pill that finally lets him like age back up to his normal self, and and I remember like I think someone told, or whatever it was, whoever it was told him to not use it, but like in every story subsequently afterwards, he uses it every single fucking time. And I want to get to that part, but I have not gotten the time to. And it's absolutely funny. Just like imagine just solve. I also like enjoy just like trying to figure out the mystery alongside, the detective. Though the one thing I don't really get is just kind of when I was watching it, it was just like when they made the deductions, how did you know for certain this is how it's going to end up? Like, say a water bottle is empty. You would, you could presume that somebody drank from it and emptied it and didn't refill it. Or someone could have watered the plants or used it to, like, make a slippery surface or use it to make a concoction for, like, this whatever case, this murder case or whatever, right? Like, how do you know which one specifically is that? Like, it's like I am also reading like the original Sherlock Holmes stuff written by Conan Doyle. I completely forgot his goddamn name. And and like I've gotten too far. It's like this. I think it's the Scarlet and Red right now, and it was like about this Reich thing, like it means revenge in German or whatever. and the cops thought it was like, oh, like the victim was trying to spell Rachel, but Holmes was just like, no, it means it's German for revenge. Anyways, toodaloo. And then like they kept on going, and then after some investigation stuff, it just kind of like they got closer, but then like they found out that like one of the witnesses was also murdered, and that was a bit of a surprise, but I still haven't gotten around to reading it. Surprisingly enough, the few books that have made me like really, really quick to read and really made me like read a lot of it was like Flowers for Algernon and a book about the international quote unquote banker. I went through so many pages so quickly. It's just like everything makes sense, especially when considering like the people who also did pop up on my channel ever since I posted that little funny video about me trying to replicate the certain famous painter in history. Like, you it's so interesting because like the book just basically describes like how not only the same tactics but also just like some of these people as well. Their little tips and tricks to like effectively avoid like a proper confrontation and like instead try and like manipulate people and like get people to kind of just like think that their feelings are fact or the rational decision choice. But in the end, no matter how much they try and trick people, it's still in the end just them acting like a stupid idiot, being immature. And like, it's funny how like Mr. Mustache Man has helped me pick up a book again and like made me like read so bloody fast. That's one way to learn how to read. And speaking of which, one of the other stupid reason why I still exercise a fair huge amount is because, well, for one, it improves your performance in bed. And, unfortunately, I don't really have anyone at the current moment, but it does make gooning very, very long and pleasurable. Yeah, so if you only professional gooners get like a 6-pack just to experience the best kind of joy. Yeah, I think I've actually I think I need to actually pull a no nut march because I think I may have broken something of mine from doing it so much. Just from like the intense exercise too. It's kind of screwed up. And speaking of which, antidepressants were like a really, really good way of like completely killing my libido. Like, I used to take them, and as it turns out, no, they don't work. Or I mean, they don't work in the sense that they make you better. They work in the sense that they make you stop feeling things. You don't like like most people describe it like this feeling of like not being there, and that is true, but it's also just like it's also built to like basically make you more psychotic, which also kind of ties into like my experiences with like the Face Connect Discord server and like back when I was clipping Tema and stuff. Surprisingly, I was actually doped up on like a bunch of antidepressants, some of the more crazy ones, and like finding out that like some recent research actually proved that, or I believe not really proved, but like showed a really heavy correlation between like antidepressants and like violent actions and crimes within the areas that it's and like I kind of found out it's just like, oh, okay, that's great. It doesn't really change the fact that I kind of acted up while on those, so it's kind of just like, yeah, I have an excuse, but like it's not much of an excuse because like I thought for a second it would actually help me with depression and stuff and like make me happy and stuff. And like you'd think to yourself like, for at least for me, I was just like, well, I'm unhappy. So, and apparently people say these pills completely change who you are down to your soul. And well, I mean, hey, I'm not happy with who I am. I don't really care who I become. So fuck it, let's ball. And so I did, and all I can say is that that was the biggest mistake of my fucking life. Turns out that you want to be yourself even if you hate being yourself, or, don't find enjoyment in being yourself, because turns out that not being yourself is significantly more miserable than you will ever feel, no matter how deep down you are depressed. And, I fell for it, and I don't really have much of an excuse for it, because, like, the mistake isn't, like, it's not like, oh, hey, you did it while you were influenced or you were tricked. No, I fell for the trick, and because I decided, hey, it would be better not to be me, I ended up having those mistakes be made because of, like, I chose the wrong decision. I made a really big fuck up, and all the consequences that followed for it, me being, like, completely fucked in the head by the chemicals in it and then everything else of the sort. Yeah, that's not exactly something that is easily forgivable, or rather, that's kind of a completely that's pathetic, really. But it is what it is, and I'd say that I have changed a fair bit. Luckily enough, at least if my personality hasn't really changed, I damn well look at the mirror and I look at my body and I just go like, huh, I got them gains. Plus, the numbers themselves speak for themselves. My younger self could not manage even 100 push-ups, or let alone like 20 all in one go. Like, he'd probably struggle just to get like 10 at best, but like that's really about it. Meanwhile, because I decided to like actually work on myself, back to where I was before. It feels nice. I also have like a lot of supplements to help with my libido, and that also kind of helped me as well, like completely reverse everything like the antidepressants have done to me. So it's kind of funny that like my pursuit for my unending lust has managed to fix like whatever the hell drugs have done to me, which is, it's kind of amazing that that's how I'm gonna get out of this. But yeah. And I actually ended up talking about a bit of depressing stuff here and there, but it kind of fucking happens. Like, even when I was talking about like depressing stuff, I often made stupid jokes about it, just like making fun of it. So, it's kind of like the reverse, kind of, where I'm talking about positive stuff, and some bad things happen. Some bad things happen, you know. Unfortunately, the biggest accident in the world didn't actually happen the way we thought it was, but the thought we did. But hey, well, it happens. It happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it never did happen, but people say it did happen. Ah, man. Anyways. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, I know, like, somebody in my comments, like one of those people decided to, like, it was, like, really funny how, like, they all kind of just came after me. Just be like, I've never met them in my entire bloody life, and they're just like, this guy's my personal enemy now. And like, one of them told me that like, like, had like a bunch of like insults lined, and like he attacked it off with like, and I bet you don't shower. One of the first thoughts I kind of had in my head was just like, I prefer giving other people showers. I don't know if I was gonna get punished for that, but I figure I may as well say it here. Yep. Look, I used to do a lot of back when I was a kid. I used to actually roleplay as the funny painter, and you know what? I had a good time doing it, and people were genuinely amused and also were attracted to me because of that. Like, straight up, me being the funny screaming politician was incredibly, did literally made me more charismatic and just like very, very. People were just like intrigued by my dumbass, and not gonna lie, I'm thinking about doing that again now. Of course, I'm not becoming a freaking politician. Of course, it feels like too much of a pain. But I mean, it, I gotta. When you got like something good going on, when you when you figured out one hell of a recipe, why would you stop cooking it? Why would you stop using that? Why would you stop making that kind of stuff? You know, it was good stuff. It did work, and the only reason why I stopped was because I was afraid of offending people. But like, at this point, I feel like most people these days know that these people just exist to get offended. Like their entire existence basically is just like, oh my god, the entire world is after my life. I'm so scared. There's like a whole history of like people hurting me, and I all this horrible stuff. Do you know what you're facilitating? What you're freaking perpetuating? Oh my god. I can't do anything because the entire world's against me. I'm not even gonna make an effort. What my most of my effort's gonna be crying and screaming online, and it's just like, oh yeah. Speaking of funny thing actually, today or not today, but like yesterday, I ended up actually chatting with my manager and like actually talking things out, and it worked out just fine. I wasn't sure if I wanted to say it or not because I think most of you guys would be amused if like I kept working there and was just that frustrated dealing with them. But nah, I ended up working it out. That I'm, as much as angry as I am with the anger issues that I have, I'm still willing to like put down my feelings and like try to figure out what the heck is going on and actually talk things through, express myself, and do my best. And I genuinely felt like it like usually like I don't feel like it's gonna work, but that's just because like for one, school, and two, the internet like growing to the way that it is. And like I ended up working it out. I ended up talking with her. I ended up like expressing like, hey, you're kind of you're a bit too much. And we ended up figuring that out, right? She still has like those things, right? She still did those things, but the thing is that I'm willing to let it go because like for one, it's too much of a pain, and two, if you don't do it again, I really don't care. All right, you're not like after me, and you don't make it personal, and you didn't like start off just instant insulting, which there's like two other freaking people there. That's just like crazy. Speaking of which, I don't think I've ever did like a proper rant video on like my like racist coworker. Funnily enough, like this coworker, the people, the guy that Twitter always imagines and like, and then gets angry about. That one meme where like the entire website is basically people imagine like all those freaking like bundles of joyful sticks, really. Bundle of sad sticks, really. Decided to just, like how they imagine some guy and they get angry about that guy. Like, they get angry at an imaginary existence. Funnily enough, this guy actually the guy that they imagine, he exists. I've met him. I also saw his social media, too. So he's literally that person. He is genuinely the most annoying person there, but, like, he's so pathetic. Like, nobody, like, I hear so many people talk crap about him, and it's just like, man. I wonder why he's even working there, honestly. I still don't know why he's, like, still working there. Like, he's just, like, he's just living a miserable life. He's gonna, like, once he, like, retires, he's gonna be one of those old people who, like, is so super grumpy, takes it on young people, because, like, he wasted his life like working at a place he finds miserable and does nothing. He just sucks, right? And I haven't talked about him yet because like I figured it'd be kind of pointless, but it's not much content yet necessarily. I could go on about him, but surprise! I think it's kind of also because of him that I also exploded online because of my manager. Because like it was like building up. We had like her and then like this guy too, who hasn't like, his name doesn't quite end in the same way, but he certainly acts like a certain group of people. But regardless, it is what it is. What it is, I suppose. But yeah. I ended up actually working that out. And then, like, you know, the day before that, there was like this like fucking psychotic, and this guy gives off the vibes that he probably lopped off his sausage. You know, he there is no like he was given a sausage, but you know, by mommy and daddy, but like rather than like enjoy it, he decided to throw it away, which is a waste of, you know, but in like he's just like here. And he like pulled out every, you know, the book that I just mentioned, The International Banker. Yeah. So as it turns out, wow, look at that. That book is honestly genuinely the most interesting thing I've ever read, because I'm just like, go on, go on. Yep. I'm willing to have an actual fucking discussion, but somebody's very, very. I'm pretty sure at, you know, once they go through the surgery, the only thing they would have is an anus, right? It's basically connected. There's like pus dripping out of it. It's like nasty stuff. It's hideous. Like, you made a mistake, and like, oh man, I just remember like hearing like the guy commented like he's proud to be who he is, but it's just like, aren't you, you know, one of those people who who like change their entire body, chemically alter it in a lot of ways, hoping to physically alter it with a surgeon. And because you're like not happy with what you were born with, and what? I'm supposed to, you're proud of not being me, who's like completely fine with what I am, but you who can't, who's like denying the fact that, you know, you can't even accept who you were even born as. It's just, it's amazing, these people, quote unquote people. But yeah, you know how it is. These people, there's a lot of interesting things going on in this world, and well, I mean, I've been in enough places that I know that their lives are miserable. Like, I imagine that they like kind of walk eggshells around their friends, and like most of their conversations at best is like some united hatred. Like, they can't really enjoy the same games together, because like if you enjoy something bad, then it's like, oh, you're a bad person. But like if you hate something bad, then everybody's united. Like, we know what everybody hates because they're all vocal about it, but like they can't enjoy anything properly together. Or rather, whatever they can enjoy, it's not gonna last that long anyway. I've been in every single bloody group on the planet. Like, I know how people act. I know how people behave regarding like all the stuff. But you know, it's kind of interesting like that. I don't know. Just, I don't know what these people are thinking or what they even want, but I mean, they came to me to like try and get something out of me, because they were expecting something out of me. They wanted to feel something of the sort, and it was at my expense. And then what kind of person would that be? Oh well. Not that it really matters anymore, because like that's who they are. They're probably, I mean, like, people live miserable lives, and the only thing that anyone can really do is just kind of let them rot. The only time that you really need to step in is like when they start like interfering with other people's lives just because they're miserable. Which at that point, well, I'm not exactly like, oh yeah, funny thing actually. I kind of realized after the reaction and like after doing the talk that I tend to really, really act on my anger. Like, I'm pretty, like I mentioned before, like you wouldn't threaten to start the Third Reich, when you like have a bad day. Then again, I feel like that is still fucking normal. It's just that people are just sensitive to crap. So, actually, it might be more normal than I thought. It's just that people are a bunch of sensitive pussies. Anyway, but it's just, where was I actually? I keep on getting distracted here and there, but, um, Hmm. Right. So I have anger issues, and I tend to react to them a lot. Into like my anger. It's almost like my first impulsive choice of decision, but like after realizing that like wait a minute, I'm playing this game again. Why am I even doing this? I already know how it ends. I already know that the other person is also just plain angry and like wants to like bring me down to their level. And then like I kind of thought to myself and then like I was thinking to myself, so it isn't really productive, and like at the end of the day, whenever I do return the fire, like the only thing I'm gonna be doing is like making myself more miserable. But like at the same time, I kind of feel the need to defend myself because I feel like I need to do like something to defend myself regarding that. And then like out of nowhere, my head is just like my head had an idea, a thought, or maybe it was, or maybe you could call it like a message by God or whatever. Who fucking cares? But like, he's just said, "Well, you aren't you know, a freak. You know, like only freaks, free, free getters, free getters. Yeah, that sounds close enough. You're not only free getters get very very angry at very random stupid internet stuff and stay mad. You are not a frog. So therefore, don't be a frog. And you know, all of a sudden, like everything made sense. Like I don't have to be like that. I don't have to like indulge myself in some of the stupid things that they do. That being said, I'm not exactly against a hardline approach either. It's just that it is important not to lose yourself in anger because these people will make you try and bait you into doing it and losing yourself to it. But you need to remain human and understand that these free run demons just say words to get a reaction out of people, to be, you know, to try and effectively, eat them one way or another through, you know, income and benefits and stuff, despite not doing any work and spending it all on junk food. And they don't even exercise. And they work low jobs that are expendable and replaceable literally anywhere. And what? They go to school, but they don't learn anything at all. Instead, they just kind of use their freaking English degree and their identity studies to just engage in arguments online. Like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know what to say, but I feel like I'm doing pretty goddamn well now, you know, because at the end of the day, like, I'm willing to do what they aren't even able to, even in a fit of hate. Like, I was so angry. So furious, right? I didn't even want to, like, bother talking. I wanted just, like, a straight up solution, but I decided to, yeah, why not? We may as well get it done. And I may as well talk. I may as well try my best. I will not presume the worst. And all of a sudden, hey, look, it worked out. But like these other people like presume the worst in everybody, and it's just like, yeah, well, what do you expect when people presume the worst out of you? Like you literally like, oh, these people are always just like, again, they literally constantly scream like how everybody's hurting them, and like when people finally do because they're like fucking annoying as crap, they're just like, oh, proof. This is proof that we are like being, we are looked down upon for no good reason whatsoever by everybody. It is irrational hate. Yeah, well, maybe the hate wouldn't be so irrational if you learn how to shut your mouth and actually like change yourself for the better. But hey, whatever floats your boat, or whatever people keep your boat up, despite the fact that it's leaking like crazy. You need like you need like two other boats with like ropes attached just to keep your boat afloat. But like the moment the ropes are cut, you're gonna sink like a freaking. You're gonna sink. Not even like the Titanic. The Titanic at least floated and fought like crazy. This boat is just like this isn't even a raft. This is like literally this is like you know like those cheese holes? It's literally like a boat just that. Like a bunch of like trypophobia boat where like all there's just a bunch of holes. Like no way in heck is it even gonna float. All the water is just gonna flow instantly out just from their weight alone. Or honestly, even if it were buoyant and wasn't even covered in holes, I'm pretty sure their weight would sink it anyway. Yeah. But, you know, that's just how it is. And I don't know if that counts as being negative or not, but, I mean, I'm having fun with it. So, yeah. I don't know what other positive things I can talk about. I mean, I could talk about more anime and stuff. I mean, I like the Super Sentai Red thing. And, you know, I rarely watch Sentai. I watch like Gokaiger and it's like so good. But like the other seasons, I just never actually got around to finishing. I know like Go Busters was pretty good, but I never finished it. Zenkaiger was very, very entertaining, but wasn't my thing. And I never finished it. Even though it was kind of entertaining and fun. And I guess there's also the how do I pronounce that properly? I mean, it's ZYU, but like Gold. It's also pronounced like 50s, like Goju. So Gojujar or Gozujar, whatever. Fuck it. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm not that interested in it yet. The anniversary, like Super Sentai anniversary shows, are pretty goddamn good. And Gav is like one of the best shows yet. Like Gotchard was pretty good, but like with like the wholesome stuff and also just kind of like doing that. But Gav really is like the next, like the best one in the series. Like actually good stuff. But I don't really have much else to talk about regarding that, nor how to make it interesting. But I don't know. I had my fun. I'm just trying to like see how well I could talk about just having fun about it. And unfortunately, I kind of did crutch on like complaining about stuff and making fun of people, rather than like being entirely like, hey, I enjoy this, but hey, it's my best attempt, so fuck it. What are you gonna do about it? At least I freaking tried, and I'm gonna keep on improving. And I'm gonna post this actually because like I actually did record like several different instances of me like trying to be wholesome. But I'm just like very unable to find the words to actually like have fun with it. I always have fun complaining about things, which is unfortunate. I'd rather be able to talk about like having genuine fun doing stuff, but it's kind of just like I don't know, like. Or rather, the fun that I have is some of the fun that I have can't be expressed on YouTube anyway. But, doesn't really matter. Anyways, have a good day, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you liked it. And, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, I'm also adding a new role to my channel, but, I don't really know where the fuck everybody came from. But don't bring politics onto my streams or stuff unless it specifically focuses on it. Don't derail the stream with pointless side tangents. We're here to have fun on streams and on the other videos. I'm not here to fucking, you know, I'm not gonna freaking put up with like stone skitties, but like instead of like asking me for like more videos on freaking programming script language for a game, I have to deal with like people who want to know what freaking politics I have. Speaking of which, like I swear to God, politics is probably like the OnlyFans it's like the OnlyFans for male politics, because like you basically like as soon as a man just goes like, you know, hey, if this video gets 10,000 views and 700 likes, and oh yeah, I'm saying this for reals, then I'll go ahead and drop my I'll go ahead and show you a little bit of my opinion on immigrants. Yeah, so if this video does get that, yeah, sure, why not? I'll lift up my I'll lift up my shirt and show you my little tattoo on my belly, right above. It's a funny windmill one, but hey, yeah, something like that. That's what I swear to God, politics is literally like that. And the fact that like so many people got interested and was like asking me about that, it's literally that. And the Gunnar equivalent of like politics is literally like people like trying to spew their own opinions and like their politics and stuff onto you, which is like what literally a few people did too. It's literally amazing. That is literally what that's what politics is to a man. It's effectively, if you want to make money as a man without like putting any real effort into your life, go into politics. Drop your opinions on everything. That's how you earn the big bucks. That's how you literally start earning big bucks. You just take off all your like restraints, your mental restraints, your social restraints, and like start going off about everything. There you are, completely bare to the world of your completely sexy opinions, and it's literally that. I swear to God, you guys have to agree with me on this. Like, politics is literally just OnlyFans for guys. It is literally that. No effort, but goddamn, isn't gonna get you a lot of views. But anyways, enough after stuff rambling. Have a good day, everybody, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you guys do want to hear me talk about more positively stuff that I try to do here, but hopefully is whatever, go ahead and vote in the thingy in my community tab. Well, like this video is like fairly recent and whatnot, but I mean, if you're watching this in the future, then too late. You could have maybe if you knew about me earlier, or if you voted, you could have changed the fate of my channel from. I mean, if it's a nice channel, then would you want to change the fate of it? I bet some people would. Oh well. Bye.